about the basement dwellers. Hosted by your boys, Jacob Santoro and Christian Talone.
You're blabbering about unnecessary stuff. Cut it out.
Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button to get all the updates from the channel too.
Tell me what your hand's doing over that button first.
But for now, just loud shout and kick back, cause I got a fresh one right here delivered to your speakers. Lock in.
Alright.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Kwanzaa. The other one, Hanukkah. That's what I was missing.
That Jewish one, yeah.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everybody. This episode will release on the 23rd. So this is going to be our Christmas episode. And it's episode 66, which we're very close. But just for, we're missing about I can't do math. We're missing 600 more episodes for it to really be 666, but I thought it was pretty cool that for episode 66, we have a local Arizona band with us today. This is another. I fucked that up.
Another Day's Demons.
I had 2 vodka sodas before this, so I guess I'm a little rusty now. Yes, Another Day's Demons, and we are joined with Keegan and Carter, who is the vocalist and the rhythm guitar player, respectively. Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us. Absolutely.
Yeah,
This was fucking fire.
Very excited because we have not had a guest in a very long time. And our number one super fan, a.k.a. my mother, likes to consistently remind us, like, you guys, I like you guys, but you guys should have more guests on. Yeah, I totally agree. We definitely need someone else to help pick up the slack a little bit because we tend to get a little lackluster, which apparently everyone else sees, but I don't. I don't know. I think we do. I think we do amazing, but that's just me.
It just turns into you and I bickering like a lot of the time.
I gotta say, it's the support of a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have the support. But no, these episodes do sometimes feel like couples counseling for sure.
Yeah.
Last episode, we got a little bit into it. Last episode, we were talking about just out of spite how we were going to go to the gym together.
And what? And hold on. And what happened?
Oh yeah. So
what happened?
You did it. We went to the gym.
He said I wasn't gonna. He said I couldn't wake up early to go to the gym, and I did.
All pain, no
there you
gains.
go.
Oh yeah.
And he bossed me around, which I didn't like. I don't like that. I don't like when people boss me around at the gym. That's like the immediate turn off.
He was going like 40 pounds like less than what he could have lifted. I was like,
yeah, but
Come on, man.
everything that he was doing, I could see him just fucking.
you're just lying to yourself.
No,
at that
you look
point.
like you were in so much pain.
Yeah, that's the point.
No, it's not.
Pain and gain, bro.
Speaking of gyms,
Pain
I actually
equals
just
gains.
recently canceled my gym membership. Like I had it forever, and I went not as consistently as I would like to say. However, I called them up, and they were like, "Any reason why you're canceling?" I was like, "Well, first of all, like funds, like this is cutting in a little bit deeper than I'd like it to." And second of all, I just started skating again, and
Hell yeah, dude.
so
That's pretty gym. Yeah.
You gotta keep it alive, man. I'm almost pushing 3 bills, and I'm still out here trying to skateboard. And I knew like the basic stuff. I knew just enough stuff to be cool. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't out there like weeble wobbling. Like I can kind of. But I'll tell you this much: as an adult, especially being a big adult, when you slam. You fucking slam, dude.
So I got something to say about that for sure, man. Like I 100% agree. So last time I skated, I was about 15 years old. And
you're 26 now.
Yeah, I'm 26. I just turned 26 on the 7th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. And for Thanksgiving, my lady, her sister's man, he was like, "Hey man, someone gave me like 7 boards. Do you want one?" I was like, "For sure, dude. I skated for 10 years. Yeah, give me one." Like went on Black Friday. I was like, dude, Black Friday deals. I'm gonna get a steal. Spent like $140. I was like, wow.
Cowtown?
Yeah,
Shout out Cowtown, baby.
Shout out Cowtown.
Hell yeah.
And proceeded to link up with our other guitarist and people from his side project, New Royals. Shout out to New Royals. And we were skating and they're like, "Man, dude, he's really getting it. Like he wasn't joking about how he skated." Dude, I fucking ate shit.
Oh, for sure.
This one, like I just miscalculated the like angle, man. I went flying, rolling and stuff like that. I was like, man, that kind of hurt. I'm all right. Did it again later on in the day, and I just my wrist. I still got a brace for my wrist. I sleep with a brace on right now because like I sprained my shit. I'm 26. I was like, whoa, bro, this is different.
What about you, Carter? Do you ever do skater boy stuff? Are you a skater boy?
Well, by technical terms,
No, you just see your lady belly.
technical terms. So I definitely wore the shoes all the years growing up.
Doesn't count.
But when,
I had a sick pair of etnies, bro. You know,
He's like, I got the globes.
I had
Right?
the audios in high school. Remember those? Those big
Oh,
fucking-
yep.
bro. You
Pillow
need those.
shoes.
You need those Osiris's, dog.
I used Osiris's when I BMX'd because of their fatter shoes.
sure.
So
Oh,
like you need that support. But yeah, Carter, skateboarding days or see you later, boy. What?
Yeah. So basically, also haven't skateboarded since I was also 15, and at that time I was homeschooled. So we in the house growing up, we weren't allowed to be on YouTube, social media, stuff like that. So when I wanted to get into skateboarding, I got a skateboard from Walmart.
Hell yeah.
And my dad was like, "Well, if you want to learn to skateboard, here's a book." So I had to learn from a book.
Yeah.
And I learned halfway how to do an ollie, gave up on it, and just got into a ripstick, and that's pretty much all I can ride.
Bro,
The ripstick
The ripstick
was
Oh,
a
man.
mode of transportation.
First time I knocked myself out.
I
Was on
sprained
the,
both of my wrists at the same time on a ripstick. I was like leaning on the curb, like trying to like figure it out, and if I figured in my brain, I was like, okay, so like if I fuck it up, like I'm just gonna lean onto the curb, right? And I don't know what I ended up doing, but I was facing away from the curb, and I just ended up falling backwards. And I put both of my hands behind me, and both of my
Yep.
hands just like
That'll do it.
on the curb.
That'll do it.
yeah.
Sprained both of them at the same time.
You know, it's so funny that you talked about getting a book like on how to skateboard. So not as primitive, but I remember being a little kid, and I mean, we all played like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. I was
Absolutely.
obsessed with the X Games. I was obsessed with like Mike Vallely and like Rodney Mullen and stuff like that. And so I told my mom, same thing. I had a Walmart board, but I was like, I really want what was it? The Industrial Ride Shop at the mall. I was like, I gotta go there and get the tried and true. So my
Wait,
first
Metro?
yeah, no, so at Arrowhead, and
Okay.
my first ever deck was the Bam Margera Element board, which was like my favorite thing of all time. But I had a VHS tape that taught you the fundamentals. And I'll tell you one thing I learned is skateboarding is one of those things that you can't watch an instructional video and then you're like, okay,
I got this.
right now.
Let me do it.
Like dropping in, like they were just like, here's how to drop in. You do this, and I'm at the top of the coping. I'm like, now,
It don't
now.
work.
It doesn't work.
It's funny
Yeah.
Because I'm a stud. I'm
Facts.
ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
You got it, man.
You gotta listen to Arnold, man. No, but like our first night back, my first night back skating, our lead guitarist Braden, he actually had been skating for a couple of weeks before that. He just started really getting into it, and that's why he invited me out. And there's this kid, I want to say he was like about 15 to 16 years old, and like I'm over there messing with my shoe because I just skated through my shoe through my sock.
Yeah.
Like my bare toe is showing. Like I'm like fuck. So I'm switching my socks and shit and just doing real skater shit. And this mom, she's like, go push my kid over. And I'm like, what? Like, whoa, hold on. Like, I don't trust that. Like, what do you mean? And I look over, I find where the boys are at, and they're trying to help this kid like learn how to drop in. And so I try to they're all, I want to say learning. I have prior knowledge that I'm trying to recreate with getting back on the board. And so I go up there, I'm like, this is all you do, man. Like, this is how it is. It's going to be mental. Like 90% of this game is mental. Like the 10% of it is knowing like
And
what
10% is
is
being mental, bro.
yeah.
Hell yes.
Facts. And like I just showed him. I was like, look, so this is all you do. You do this. You do this. This is what's gonna go on in your head. You ignore that. You gotta full send it. If you second guess yourself, you are going to hurt yourself. And then I just sent it and I showed him, and I guess he never did it. I don't know what
That's
happened.
the thing about dropping in, man. It's like it's definitely counterintuitive because you feel like as you're going down, you gotta lean back. But it's the opposite. It's like you
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta
fucking,
lean in.
Like you said, you gotta full send it. You gotta just keep going, and then
All it
eventually
takes is
level
one
up.
3-foot quarter pipe, and you have a speech impediment if you do it wrong. So.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't got the insurance for
I'll
that.
never
Yeah, no, seriously, dude. I remember.
wear your safety equipment unless you're cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're
cool.
Speaking of, like I'll never forget like the one time I went to like the skate park, which was the one that you frequented and El
Which one?
Mirage.
What's it called?
It was like I don't remember. It's just like
There's
the
a
El
skate park in El
Mirage, like
Mirage.
yeah.
El Mirage.
It's just like a local park that also has like a little tiny like L-shaped skate park.
And like my dad was like super afraid that we were gonna like crack our skulls open or something. And my brother had like a legit like X Games like skate helmet, right?
True.
But we didn't have another one. because my brother got that for his birthday. So my dad was like, "Here, you got to wear this," and it was like his like mountain biking helmet with like the visor.
The aerodynamic one. Okay.
And it had like a cloud print on it.
Oh man,
I
that's
looked like a
rough.
fucking dude. I look like a geek. Bro.
See where I like grew up and like in Central Phoenix and the skate park I went to, like you would get ridiculed out of the park for that type of shit.
That was
like
that's the second part of the story. It was like I remember I stopped as soon as a kid walked up to me, and he didn't say all he did was walk up to me and he just went, "Oh no."
yeah,
He saw me wearing the helmet. He was just like, "Oh no," and I was just like, "I'm done."
he was trying to help you.
I think that was the last time I skated.
See, I think that that's acceptable when you're like a teenager, younger teenager. But I've seen grown adults that are just like, I'm just pushing around. I'm
I was
with my
like
little
13,
brother. Yeah,
dude.
no, I take my
Too
little
old.
brother. I'm a grown adult. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm sitting there, I'm like having a smoke or something like that, and he's riding around. Some dad, straight up dad, comes out. He's like, "Can you fucking believe these fucking scooter kids right now?" And I'm like, "All right, Tony Hawk, like they're not doing skaters are definitely some of the meanest people or some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Like, but those guys, when it's just like you're an adult and they're just like, I can't do this line because this fucking kid has a bike. I'm like, oh, the line where you just go up and down. You fucking
Literally.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I definitely understand that. Like, when I was younger, for sure, like picked on the scooter kids. Granted, I scootered myself for about 6 months. I like learned all the tricks. I was like, we're gonna BMX now because that's a little bit more challenging. But
Because I'm trying to have sex. So.
yeah, look, I'm 16 years old, push around on this scooter. Like that's not cool.
I'm
man.
23.
That's
It's
not-
time to hang up the scooter, man. Like,
So how do you guys feel about like the rollerblade kids?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like
I gotta hear this.
there is a place where scooter kids and rollerblade kids do belong. However, the problem isn't what they're riding, it's their level of awareness. As a skater, your board is not stuck to your feet.
Yeah.
Right.
And a scooter is through your hands, and then rollerblades are obviously strapped on.
Right.
Sheesh. And and so as a skater, knowing that at any moment your board could go launching into fucking outer space, like you have a level of awareness of who's around you that I feel like specifically these younger kids and even others don't recognize. And granted, they're young, so they get a pass there, but to be an adult and to be bitching about it, I'm like, look, okay, bro, like you could have came at a different time. You could have came at nighttime when they're all in bed or some shit. Like you're
I
an
respect
adult,
what
right?
you're doing, but do it somewhere else.
Like, but the rollerbladers, man, I never really got into it, and I personally myself, I was like, that's kind of lame, like. But then I've seen people like hit grinds on these. I was like, okay. So like your ankles are at stake more than skateboarding. And the only cool person to have done rollerblading was in the Goofy movie. That's all I'm saying.
I would actually disagree because there's another cool person that's in this room right now. I fucking shredded on rollerblades when I was a kid. I had like the X Game blades. Like I was that kid.
Oh shit.
And I'm out here at like the parks, like I was doing good shit. You know what I mean? But the fact that you're rollerblading, it's kind of like when you go to a bar and you like talk to a girl and you're like, what do you do? I'm a professional athlete. No way. What do you do? I do bowling. It's like, oh, okay.
Shit.
Want to see the jersey?
Yeah. So it's like, like I'm not out here trying to be cool for the ladies on my rollerblades.
I feel like like rollerblading is like one of those like I don't give a fuck.
it has like a
anyone thinks.
stigma about
It's
it.
one of those like, yo, I'm out here doing my thing. Like,
No matter how you look at it, though, it's good exercise regardless.
Oh, hell yeah.
And specifically like rollerblading, ice skating, man, those kill your feet, man.
Yeah.
Like mad respect to a degree.
Super popular in San Francisco. Totally.
I'm talking about like the guy. I'm talking about like
Sonic,
the guy.
too,
Like,
Sonic.
let's say you go to a skate park, right? The guy's in like a net shirt, like a net tank top, right? Like, you can see his nipples and everything. And he's got the
Mesh.
the Gene Code jeans, the big fat jeans.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Gene code.
It's the Oliver Tree look, dude. Like, yeah, fuck
shit.
yeah.
See,
Like,
that guy
Just
fucks.
rocking the
That's what I'm
CD
saying. Like,
player.
you don't fuck with that.
So
guy,
Carter,
right?
you read a book on skateboarding and that was it. So when you
Pretty
were a
much.
kid, like were you more of like an indoor kid?
For a while, kind of half and half, because I lived up in the suburbs, so I liked.
Are you from here?
Yeah, actually, from Anthem, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So, spent a lot of time just kind of like wander around the deserts and looking for coyotes and just kind of
Seeing
watching
dead
them from
bodies.
afar.
Fucking Joshua over here.
I don't know about that.
So what was like? I don't know. What did you and your friends do growing up? I mean,
Well, we actually rode around a lot on the ripsticks that we had because
Yeah.
that was a huge thing,
was a thing.
In the town at that time. And there was a few of us that also did a lot of longboarding, and I always thought that was really cool. I never had one myself, but I always thought longboards were really cool, and the people on them.
For sure. Nothing's more funny
Yeah,
than like
we are.
I
I was always like too chubby to like really get good at skateboarding. Like I think I could ollie, and that was about it. So like I eventually was just like, I'll just get a fucking longboard, and like I don't have to jump in the air or anything
still
like that.
rep the
People will
set?
still think I'm cool.
You
Like,
just ride by, and everyone's like, oh,
See,
that's a cool guy.
Where you're going is like you didn't want it enough. I learned how to kickflip in a dream. I'm not even sitting. So I'm 15 years old. I'm a freshman at Apollo High School, and I had a dream one night because my issue was I could never get my foot back on the board. Like you flick it out, and you need to like common sense is to like, hey, bring that thing back around. You know, it just didn't occur to me. Granted, I was going through like body changes, being in puberty and shit. So like, I'm like, how does my body work? I don't fucking know.
what's pussy? I want it.
Right. And so I actually ended up having this dream where in like the dream it was like slow-mo, and it was like you bring your knee up and you put your foot back on the board. The next day in gym class, after gym class actually, I was talking with a homie of mine that was on the drum line with me, also on the freshman football team.
Yeah.
And we're just having a chat. I think he was talking about how he's like making out with his girlfriend, and they're like
Hell
snake
yeah.
bites got fucking stuck
Hell
together
yeah, dude.
and shit.
Very,
so they had,
very
like,
high school conversation.
right. Just
Trying to
you know,
finger
just
blast
guys
my
being
girlfriend, and her
dudes.
fucking her jelly braids got in the
our
fucking way.
braces got
Yeah, no, like straight up something like that, and
Hell yeah.
and I landed a kickflip, and they were all like, "Oh, dude, that was sick." I was like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And they're like, "You just landed." I like hopped off my board and like praised my feet because I had no idea what the fuck was going
The
on.
spirit of your great grandfather came to you in a dream,
Yeah.
like an eagle. It was just like, this is how you do it, my son.
Most definitely.
And in the background, you heard nothing but Native American drums. And I just
Yeah. No, that's accurate. That's accurate.
so Anthem is
That's one of those cities that I drive by like when we come back from California.
Yeah, that's that one.
And
that
we're
you're
like,
we're
who
almost
lives
by
there?
city.
oh, I
It's
thought it
drive-by
was. So
city.
it's not by Flagstaff.
No,
think
it's
so.
it's right before Phoenix. It's about like 25 minutes right outside of Phoenix to the
Which
north.
is actually technically still considered Phoenix.
Yeah, technically the metropolis
And
of
New
Phoenix, not the
River.
city
Fuck
of
outta
Phoenix,
here.
but the
It's,
metropolis.
it's Phoenix, New River, and Anthem. All
It's
in
definitely one of
drive.
those places where I feel like
That's like Jersey calling itself New York. Like,
Literally, yeah.
Look, fuck it, dude. I'm from Phoenix. Like, if I tell you I'm from Anthem, you're not gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. So.
Yeah.
straight up,
Yep.
yeah.
That's
So
why
it's like
metropolis.
a lot of people in your high school definitely peaked in high school, and now they just work at the gas station on the way to California, right? That's just kind of how it is.
Hey man, people need
Probably.
penis
I-
pills. So
So now you guys are a local Arizona band, which
for
well,
now,
for now, yeah.
Yep.
This the big pivotal moments. We're done. We're
This
actually
is it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You always look back at the Basement Dweller podcast and be like,
Now
those guys sent us.
I am ashamed to admit that I just recently discovered you because of my wonderful co-host. Sounds great. Music sounds really
I love
awesome.
you guys. Yeah,
it.
you
Very,
Thank you. Thank you.
very. It's very just brings me back to just very metalcore, very just that post-hardcore kind of sound. Now, both of you. Were both of you kind of in that group before the band started? Like, have you guys always been kind of in that music?
so I was one of the original members of that band. Actually, before it was called Another Day's Demons, it was called Call of the Void, which is that moment when you're driving on the freeway. You're like, yo, I could just hit this barrier. Or you're at the Grand Canyon, and
Just
you're like,
those
I could just
passing
jump
thoughts.
off
Okay.
or cutting up some onions.
I
You're
would've
like, if
said
I
more-
stab myself right now, I'd die. So that's derivative of a French term. I don't know how to pronounce it because I didn't take French.
Oh,
but
see, I
essentially,
thought that was a Warcraft reference. I'm sorry.
no. So Call of the Void is essentially when you get that fleeting intuitive thought, like that racing across your mind.
The invasive thoughts.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And it tells you like, yo, if you do this action, you can die. You have no intent on actually
just choke
completing
this
this,
baby
but your
right now.
brain just tells you like, if this was to happen, you die. That's the Call of the Void.
I
That's,
love hearing this
Yeah.
because I always forget that other people have those thoughts, and I think it's completely normal. Where it's just like I make like my breakfast smoothies in the morning. And I'm like, what if I just put my fucking hand like right in this? Like, yeah, but you don't. It's like one of those things.
I think if you don't have that thought, you're an NPC.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
like, that's just facts. But
I just call it self control.
so shut up, Carter. So back to your original question. I did have the two other members of the five piece that we are.
Sure.
Braden and Michael are our lead guitarist and our bassist / clean vocalist. he and we all met through like 15 years ago, roughly, and we always had talked about being in a band. We had this like little project that we started back when we were 16 that was called Mystery Made Known. And that's actually taken from the Bible. It was like some random Bible verse that I saw in the Bible one day. It like had nothing to do with anything. It was just mystery made known. That's kind of tight.
Were you guys like a Christian?
No, we just like so.
Okay, no, I understand.
I'm
My-
sorry.
my
Hey, no,
parents
I
are
was
Christian,
also
so-
wondering that.
Yeah.
Both of you in passing conversation before we started kind of mentioned that you guys come from very secluded households. So I didn't know if that kind of followed with you or
I
you
wouldn't
know.
say so much secluded. I lived like a double life.
Okay.
Like I had my life that my parents, my mom specifically, my parents split when I was early on.
Okay.
And I have a great relationship with both of them.
Yeah.
It's rocky with my mom just due to religious beliefs
Sure,
and
sure,
everything
sure.
like that. But so I forgot where I was going with that. But we had this project that we had started, and it wasn't a metalcore band or anything. Like I ended up meeting them in church, and like we were kind of like the outcasts. So we ended up trying to make a band. I ended up moving to a different state to finish out high school, and due to my mom finding marijuana in my backpack and my dad,
Marijuana?
yeah,
What?
Oh no.
yeah, it was a whole thing. But we tried to make a project and it just didn't pan out. And then when I was in Louisiana, metal is huge in Louisiana still. It's
Really?
like black metal specifically, like deathcore
yeah.
black metal, like
That's some
anything.
pretty badass shit because they're all into like super death and like shit like that. Like
Yeah.
they got all the cool funeral shit.
They
over
go
there, like-
hardcore. They go
Yeah, fuck
hardcore.
yeah.
And so I joined a few projects out there. I actually like kind of like did a hostile takeover of one that was already formed.
Damn.
And they were like, "Yo, we need a vocalist." I tried out. They're like, "Man, this guy's fucking like awesome. Like he's one of the best screamers."
Hey,
there."
don't
Like,
use your own. Don't use my platform to suck your own penis. Right?
man, like I'm just saying, like this is they were like, and
Look,
then
all I'm
I
saying
tried
is
to
that
get
I
us
just showed
organized.
up. I showed up. I did a couple things. They thought I was
It
amazing.
was terrible. It was terrible. Like
Shut up.
comparatively, it
I'm
was
starting to hear.
terrible.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm starting to hear the Trump things. Look, I'm just saying. I went in there. I killed it, and no one ever said that, but I did.
You're telling me this for the first time.
Look, you know it. I know it. I'm amazing.
Nothing panned out with that project. We were kind of trying to be like an Icy Stars type of thing, like an electronic, like metalcore type of
Hell
thing.
yeah, dude.
We had a DJ. He's still a really good friend of mine. There was a conflict where the guitarist was discovering themselves and who they wanted to be, and did a dramatic change that other members of the band were not so comfortable with, and without getting into any like real details because it doesn't matter it ultimately, but he ended up taking like most of the band with him. I ended up keeping like our guitarist, and then like everyone kind of just fell apart, so nothing really came from that band. And then I came out here and reconnected with old friends and went through like a trial process of discovering myself. And then when I finally decided like this is who I want to be, I hit up our bassist. I actually ended up meeting our drummer through a mutual friend, and we kind of just like kicked it, talked the shit, shoot the shit. We never really did anything musically, and then that's when I approached the other guys. I was like, "Hey, you guys want to like join this?" They kind of formed into what it is.
So did you always know that like singing was going to be the thing for you? Because I wanted to ask you that question too, because you're a guitar player. So I guess I'll kind of
Yeah, that's a great question. So it all started back in 2005 when Fall Out Boy released From Under the Cork Tree.
Yeah, you're still in that phase. I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, it's facts.
Yeah.
My dad played it, and the intro to Dance Dance to me sounded like the intro to Sonic X. So I was like, yo, like this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Ended up finding a love for music, a passion for music,
Cool.
to which at a point now I call it like music is my religion, which is why my mom is like,
Hell
that
yeah.
doesn't
Hell
make any
yeah,
sense.
dude. Hell yeah.
So,
That's sick.
My parents live in Ohio. I
Only in Ohio.
live in the moment.
and Ohio's for lovers, and you got to set it on fire.
Amen,
but,
brother.
There you go.
but yeah, I ended up meeting them. They went to the military base in Las Vegas Nellis Air Force Base, and they did a signing, and I ended up meeting them when I was like in 3rd grade. And
Cool.
then I was like, man, this is what I want to be. And from then, my mom hated me. She was like, no, you're gonna be a pastor. I'm like, no. I'm
So I
not.
gotta ask.
I'm too cool for
so
that.
So I gotta ask before we get to Carter. I gotta ask. So you're the singer. You know, I heard you on not only just your music, but I know that you have that tick where it's just like, for me, it's like I play stringed instruments, but I love the bass. I love the bass. Guitar's fun always, but it's like my tick was always when I was a kid, like everything. I'm always just like finger plucking. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would do. So I noticed that sometimes, like, you know, when we were doing mic check, you were kind of doing like a little bit of gutturals. Were you that kid? Early high school, how to emo scream like on YouTube.
Yeah,
Really?
So I did learn how to scream from like the classic videos. Also, our bassist, he and our guitarist Braden, they kind of got a little bit more further along in process than I did at the time. So they were teaching me, and then I kind of went like the distance with it. YouTube. Other homies, like just everything I could to try to figure it out. Never threw out my voice doing it. Surprisingly enough, I've been doing it for like 10 years.
So many times I've tried to do it and I just start feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Like I do it so bad.
What is the like the secret to like get your
Honestly,
voice to sound like that?
So there's these crossroads, right?
Yeah.
And you got to go there. It's probably about like 3:33 in the morning. And
Oh,
like,
you gotta sell it to the devil.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
so-
Okay.
no, not actually. The secret really is to not
okay.
try too hard. So yeah, with singing, with talking, you're using 2 different vocal cords, right? Talking is one vocal cord, singing is a different one typically. I could be wrong, but like, I'm no
He's out
fucking
here trying to
I get what you're saying.
He's
though.
out
I
here
get
trying
what
to
you're saying.
school us
You
on
gotta try
this.
something a little
Maybe.
different.
right? You know, like I don't want to be wrong for anyone out there
all
that
right. Nah,
knows what
fuck
the
them.
fuck I'm talking. But with screaming, you're actually using both sets of vocal cords to one make the like consonant sounds, and then the other one is just like the raspiness. So
He's still explaining, like he's just like, yeah, maybe.
really, where it starts is that grudge noise, that classic like,
Yeah, that vocal fry. Yeah.
and that's you take that to levels, and then from there you can actually manipulate, and so it all starts with just simple breathing.
Because the reason I ask is because like there have been times where like I've like imitated like songs that I've heard. Like me and him will be hanging out, right? And I'll imitate like a song, right? And he'll be like, "Oh, that was pretty good." I'll be like, I don't know how fucking people can do that on an entire song.
It's
you know?
hard, man. Like you can take a look at any picture of me on any of our social media, and I'm the sweatiest motherfucker besides our drummer.
Every single
Besides our
time.
drummer,
You know what's so
Like-
interesting that you say that is because Tim was always the sweatiest. I don't know if you ever remember that going to like the old shows, but like Tim was always out there dumping sweat, our
So
singer.
Tim was like his old vocalist.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's so interesting that you say that. you know?
Like I mean, you're jumping around, you're screaming, you're using multiple parts of your body. The only other person that can compete is the drummer. Like the guitarist, like while they do their thing, you know, like they're mostly just using arm movement and hand movement. Like and granted, my guys, they get into it. I appreciate the fuck out of them. They rock a show. But like when it comes down to it, like who's the sweatiest? It's me and my drummer.
100%.
Dude, like hands down.
We're out here, and you're a rhythm player just like me, man. You get it. We're here just because, you know, we want to be part of the band. You know?
Yep.
So, you know, kind of piggybacking onto that, I kind of wanted to ask you. So, you know, have you always yourself been like a guitar player? Like, what got you into that?
So this actually starts with Kanye West.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
we don't want to talk about
Wait a minute, he's canceled right now. He's fucking canceled.
Podcast is
Be
over.
careful, bro.
He likes things we can't like no more,
Right?
And
Yeah.
never should have liked.
Well, you know,
to
the
begin
Nazis
with.
made the microphone, so you know what I mean.
Well,
Wait a minute,
there you
what?
go.
Is this facts?
That's what he said. I don't know. He's like they're kind of cool
okay,
because they
he
made the
said it.
microphone.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter then, because
Go ahead.
fuck Nazis.
So so why did it? What do you mean when it started with Kanye West? What do you mean?
So this was way back in the day when that song "Heartless" came out
Yeah.
that he put out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Always on
That's
the
an
radio.
emo song.
Yeah,
It is
And,
a pretty emo song, yeah.
Yeah, should have known. But I'm sitting in the room some odd summer day, and I'm just blasting this song. I was like, wow, yeah, this genre of music's really cool. And then my dad comes, barging into the room. He's like, what are you listening to? I was like, Kanye West. And he was like, no, we're going to do better than that. You're going to go shopping with your mother and I
Damn
later
right.
tonight at Walmart. And I was like, okay. And every week, you get a $5 allowance. So usually I was
Sick.
picking
you got
up,
allowance?
yeah, five whole bucks.
Hell yeah.
See, I'm Hispanic, so I just got told to go do the fucking
Right.
the yard work.
Go do this, or I'm gonna kick your
All
fucking
the shit
ass.
my dad didn't want to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so we go to Walmart, and I wanted to spend my allowance on the next, like, now that's what I call music CD. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
good
Okay.
stuff on here.
Oh yeah.
And he took it out of my hands. He's like, no, you're not getting this. And he hands me a Slipknot CD. He's like, you're going to listen to this.
Which
you
one?
use your allowance on this. It was the Subliminal Verses one.
Oh wow.
for sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he was like, I don't know what they're like, but it looks cool and it looks metal. So here you go. And I was like, all right, sweet.
So you bought Subliminal Verses. Let me ask you, what was your feelings the first time you heard Vermilion Part 2?
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that's
The
cry.
acoustic version.
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking about all the 14-year-old problems I had going on. I was like, is this really worth going on?
He's like, it
won't
couldn't
let this
get worse
build up
than
inside
this.
of me. She is not real. I can't make her
Yup.
real. Yeah.
God.
So okay, so your dad was stoked on you wanting to get into that music.
Yeah, because he and I had always been particularly like close, so he would always share his music with me. Stuff like Dio, Black Sabbath,
Cool.
so on and
Fuck
so
Hell
forth.
yeah. High five for dad.
Yeah, dude. Dad rock is where it's at for sure.
Yeah, and so I get home, I throw on that CD, because I originally didn't want it. I'm looking at the cover art, and it's scaring me. And I was like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
So I throw it in there straight away. First song just totally blew me away, and that was like basically like my gateway into that whole genre. I'm looking through the little book that it comes with, and it has all the pictures with them and everything. They got their masks, and I was like, it's kind of scary, but this is really cool for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, yeah.
See, it was the mask that threw me off for Slipknot when I was
Same,
young.
same.
Like, I couldn't get into it because of the mask. I was like, this is gross.
Slipknot and what was it? What was the other one you mentioned earlier? Mushroom Head.
Oh
They
yeah,
also wear
Mushroom
masks,
Head.
right?
Yep.
I was always just like, this seems like it's gonna be way harder, but like, I was also that way with Kiss. Like,
Yep.
as a kid, I was just like, they look scary, but like their music's not scary, you know.
But
Slipknot's a little scary.
But I kind of vibe with that because you
Yeah.
mentioned like Dio and Sabbath and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I'm really into like progressive rock. So like case in point, like the biggest one is Rush. So it's like I love
God.
I love lyrics that are just like on to fight the dragon. You know what I mean? Just like very cool, like
That
very
D&D
D&D
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon
and so
Force.
It's like, so like that's what got me
fuck.
into it. Yeah, and so that's what got me into it. So you mentioned that where it's just like Slipknot was cool. Like I remember going to Hot Topic and getting like the first Death Album 1 from Metalocalypse. You know what I mean? Like I loved
Oh,
them.
fuck yeah.
But like listening to old, even just like old Dio lyrics, you know what I mean? So like I feel like we kind of bond on that where it's like you're putting like your own cool music videos in your head.
Yeah.
Where you're
Yep.
just like, dude, this is so fucking epic, bro. Like and
Yep.
so okay, so you start listening to that. When do you propose the idea of a guitar like to your
Not at that point, but that's when I really decided to like really get into metal. So like, I started getting into all these other bands, and then I came up on Black Veil Brides a few
Oh,
years
boy.
later.
oh god,
Show the
tattoo.
tattoo.
And-
Show the tattoo.
Yep.
Oh.
Got
Don't
it
worry.
right there.
Hey, it's cool. I got Pierce the Veil right here.
I wrote a song about a wizard with my band that no one ever heard of, and I got the wizard tattooed on me.
That was.
Yeah. Shout out to tattoos. What you got? You got the rose on the hand, so you true.
I
you know.
got. Yeah, I got a peony on this one. I got 2 blue roses on this one. Then I got Clockwork Orange.
I'm just gonna say this
okay.
right now because I can't let it get away from me. This is why I hate giving Christian this mic because he always does right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It drives me fucking crazy. I'm so sorry. And while he's talking, I want to just like scooch it.
It's just like, so I got this one. And
Yeah, just fucking scooch it
sorry.
over.
You gotta keep that nice podcast voice going.
No, yeah, I got the Clockwork Orange. I learned
some
that's like, I
smooth
recently
jazz.
learned that's like a pretty toxic tattoo to have.
That's the
Clockwork
alpha
Orange,
Giga
yeah.
Chad.
I've
yeah.
seen memes about it. It's just like, if he's got a Clockwork Orange tattoo, fucking, he's toxic,
See,
bro. Like,
I always see the ones that's like, if he's got tattoos right here, he ain't shit. And I got fucking Jack Skellington, Pierce the Veil, and then on this side I got the fucking Death Eaters, fucking Harry
fuck.
Potter.
Oh, my-
Like, I ain't shit as
I
a
have
fuck.
2 exes that have the Death Eaters tattoos on them.
Oh yeah, dude, Slytherin for life.
Oh yeah, you ain't shit, bro.
you know, I do tattoos.
Do you?
If you guys.
Yeah, he did my squid right here. He did.
Oh, fuck
yeah,
yeah.
he did that one. Yeah, he did that one, and then I got one on my thigh. So I gotta ask, first guitar.
First guitar was actually an acoustic guitar that I found in the garbage.
What?
Mine was an Epiphone SG.
Hell yeah. So wait, how'd you find it in the garbage? What was that
So,
situation?
I was actually out doing my ripstick thing. It was either that or the bicycle. No,
I'm
I
out
think it
here
was-
ripping.
Full
Right,
circle.
right.
Because I'm out here ripping,
Actually-
I'm sticking.
it was actually the bike because I remember getting a bike on like Christmas morning and
Yeah.
I rode straight into a parked car.
They had a
But
bike?
anyway,
Oh fuck. He needs his fix right here.
Hey, yo, you
It's
got
okay.
any
It's
more
okay.
than vapes on you?
We'll interrupt the story for the vape.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
but
Continue.
Yeah, I passed by this huge pile of garbage because it was that big garbage pickup day for the town. And I saw this acoustic guitar sitting there, so I just go knock on that guy's door, and I was like, "Hey, can I have that guitar that's just sitting in your garbage up there?" And he was like, "Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. You want the dresser too?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take that too." So I got a guitar and a dresser.
Was it nylon or steel?
It's just a regular old like.
No,
Cool.
the strings.
So-
Was it nylon or?
Oh,
It wasn't like a flamenco.
Were they
guitar.
metal or
Yeah,
plastic?
yeah.
Is what he's asking.
That's pretty
Motherfucker
cool.
doesn't
You know what,
even know.
dude? That's such a cool origin story that immediately reminds me of like. Did you ever watch Metalocalypse ever?
Yeah, no, of
Okay,
course. I mean,
so, like-
we're in a metal band.
Yeah. So if you're in a post-hardcore,
Did you ever
band-
watch Mr. Pickles though?
Good boy. Yeah.
Mr. Pickle.
So that definitely reminds me of just like Squid's like origin story, how he just fucking fell down a well and then just found like a Gibson Explorer. You know what I mean? Just like that was
Must
like
be
it,
nice.
it was just like held by an ice god. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty sweet. So you start playing acoustic. When does the electric switch over? When you're like, all right, I gotta get a fucking electric.
so
His
like,
balls dropped.
right? But, I'm sitting in the room. I'm trying to, figure out the whole thing. My dad comes back in the room. He was like, let me show you Black Sabbath songs. So he taught me how to play Paranoid.
Oh, fuck yeah, that was my
he
first
played
song too.
guitar.
That was my
Yeah?
first song too.
Wait, so that's how
okay.
let me ask you this. Is that how you found out that your dad played guitar?
Yeah, basically that's when he started talking about, how he was in a band.
Just
at
shows
some
up in
point
full Gene
and-
Simmons makeup, just like,
Right.
it's time, my son. It's the time. Ride the tiger.
But he showed me how to play that, and I was like, okay, it's really cool, and I really enjoyed it. I passed my time playing that one song that I knew, and then when I found Black Veil Brides, and as soon as I clicked on that Knives and Pen song, and
that's the
I
one.
started hearing the screaming, and I was like, everything changed. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Cool.
Yeah, that
I
song
want to start
fucks.
doing this kind
I
of
think
stuff.
we all kind of had that because we all seen
That was the only good song
No,
they ever
see-
had.
for me, so I started with violin in 6th grade. That's
Cool.
like the
Oh,
first
wow.
instrument I picked up and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Interesting,
And then
okay.
I went to guitar later on in the 7th, 8th grade, and then I picked up drums for my freshman year. And that's around the time where I had my heart broken for the first time. We
Oh,
all do.
boy.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
emo shit, bro.
That'll
like,
do it, yeah.
Time to Siri.
Hey,
hit me
Black-
the villain arc.
right? No, like fucking like black out your fucking wrist and cut your eyes. I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
No, but so
Blackout
it-
wrist cut your ass.
yeah. I actually made a post about that. No one got the joke.
I get it. That's funny.
So so it was this girl I was dating. She's from church, and I got a text on New Year's Day that was like, she said, dude, I shit you not, you can't make this shit up. She was like, so, I was like reviewing my life over the past couple of years,
Oh, boy.
and
She's all 13.
no, right, straight up, like we're like 14 years old, and she's like, God spoke to me and told me that I need to live a little bit better, so I can't be with you anymore. I was like, what the
Damn.
fuck's wrong with me? Like, so I went to church with this lady. I'm not gonna be rude, but like I went to church with
Yeah.
this lady, and then I also went to high school with her. So I never got a fucking break from this
You
heartbreak.
saw her all the time, is what you
No,
said.
yeah, like it doesn't day in day out. Like she was on my mind. I was fucking thinking about her. She fucking her first heartbreak. I was like 15.
won't be you. I'll be sticking it in.
That's facts. And that when the semester finally started again and stuff, and I had seen her at church in between, and it was wrenching. Like my parents took me to Taco Bell. I didn't fucking eat it. I love Taco Bell. I can spend $30 on Taco Bell by myself.
That's what I'm about to do. after
And
this.
it's so, right.
You know what? This villain arc that you're building up almost sounds like the perfect way to write a Midwest emo song.
Oh, dude, don't
It's like
worry.
I just went
We
to
took care
church.
of that.
Just went to church. My girlfriend told me that God spoke to her and we can't spend time. My parents want to take me to Taco Bell. I got a fucking 5-layer burrito.
I didn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I literally could not eat. I was so fucking upset. Anyways, we fucking, no, you're good.
He's like, no, you're
it's
right
in
about the
past,
5-layer
right?
burrito.
It made me who I am today. Thank you, Margaret. Not really, but shout out to Maggie.
Listen up.
Nah,
We're not
fuck you.
bleeping that one.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. But
now he is. Now he is.
that's why you pregnant with 2 kids. Nah, but
I hope she is, dude.
so my homie that also went to church with us and shit, he was the one that introduced me to BMX. Like I rode this is the day I snapped my skateboard. I quit skating. Like I hit a curb on the way into school. I just gave the fuck up, snapped my board. I was like, fuck life. And then I was like, "What are you listening to?" He's like, "Oh, you wouldn't like it. It's called Asking Alexandria." I was like, "Throw me that shit," and it was.
Hey,
I
guess
was,
what,
I
friend? You're right. I don't like it.
no, I loved it, dude. It was I could want what was it, the cowboy one? I was once possibly at one time a cowboy king or whatever. And then-
Morte Adabo was
right.
my song by the way.
Oh, that's a fire one.
love that one.
And then the song that played after was "Downfall of Us All," and then after that it was "If You Can't Hang" by Sleeping
you know what I
Giants.
love about this is that all of us in this room have definitely experienced that exact same playlist in that exact same fucking
Right?
order.
Yeah.
And
This was 2011,
and I wanna-
2012. so.
I want to apologize because I don't mean to laugh. Like,
God.
no, I know, but like it's
If you
because-
can't laugh, you're crying.
No, I know for sure, but like all of us have had just the cringiest feelings for a girl we haven't thought about for fucking
That's
years.
emo culture, dude.
Oh, and I
That's
remember
emo
having
culture.
like straight up arguments with like my high school girlfriend in front of everyone at lunch, like two fucking scene beans, like you never even fucking cared. Like it was just like we're fucking 15.
I'm gonna
you know?
cut myself tonight,
Right.
and it's gonna
and
be
it's-
your name.
and it's like,
yeah,
I feel like that
fuck.
just needs to be addressed so much more than it has been because some people really need to be knocked down a peg. I challenge you, if you had a fucking Facebook in 2010, let me see your fucking memories.
Yeah.
Let me see them because I refuse. I get some that are from like 9 years ago that are just like bored HMU with XD. You know what I mean? It's just
shit.
Got
No.
one today, dude.
I got worse ones than that. I got worse. I got ones that like I'm posting on
She's
Facebook.
like, hey Becky, fuck you.
no, like straight up, like it's like it's bad. So I screenshot him. I send him my drummer. He's like my best fucking friend. And we have this whole like meme collection of like memoirs of Keegan, where it's just the most
Damn, cool band name.
cringiest fucking emo shit. Like it's like all caps like. Fuck you, Facebook. You don't really want to know what I'm thinking because it's evil. Like just cringy shit. Like I go back. I'm like, yeah, screenshot.
We
delete.
need those. If you have those in
dude.
your possession,
Send
please
them.
send them my way because I would love to see those.
Might be a band tee.
There you go.
Hey, I love Memoirs of Keegan. We might have to use that for our band. That's
you
a
could
cool,
bring him
yeah.
back, dude. Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
be such
dude,
a
it is-
fucking funny. That would be such a fucking funny band T-shirt. Is if all of you like you have like your
It's
band,
just the text.
dude, and,
Yeah.
and it's just your guys' fucking cringy Facebook post from like
Oh, dude,
2011.
I'm too down.
That would be so
Dude,
I got
people-
good.
screenshots.
People would buy
That would be.
too.
I would buy one. That's so fucking good. Did you ever see like Kanye did a fucking like a whole like thing on that where I don't know if it was him, but I saw this clothing line that was just Kanye tweets. That was just like on a sweater.
Oh, like the actual tweet.
Like there was the picture. Remember that iconic picture with him and Kim and the kids where they're like fucking like where he's the dinosaur? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the tweet that
Fuck
says
Twitter, by the way.
It said, it said during Halloween you show who you really are. And it's
That's
him in
funny.
the fucking dinosaur like costume.
He's like, motherfucker, I'm out here ancient.
I'm a beast.
That would be good.
That's
that would
funny.
be good. I think that you guys should compile your memories from 2011, as hard as it would be, and just make them into
Oh,
t-shirts.
dude, it's hurtful, bro. Like I read my like I physically cringe at the like I don't like a lot of people are like, oh, that's cringe. Like I'm over here like
Oh, you can't. No, this is the
delete.
thing.
That's gonna
No,
get me like
this is-
canceled or some
No, for
shit.
sure.
Like
This is the thing for sure that keeps you up at night at 3 a.m. where you're just like, oh shit, that scared me. Where you're about to go to bed and your eyes are drifting in the back of your head. And then it's like, hey,
you
Jacob,
have
do
that
you remember
moment?
when you called your girlfriend a cunt in front of a bunch of people and you don't even talk to her anymore? like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore because first of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, I can't believe that
I
happened.
got one to follow that.
Oh, boy.
I was 18 years old. I was dating this girl. Shout out to you, bitch. Thanks for the song. So I was dating this girl.
We made it.
Told you. I told you. But,
Sexy feet, by the way.
so I was dating this girl. Her name's Lizzie, and her, she smoked.
She smorked.
She smoked my dork till I gorked, bro.
She smoked the Marlboro greens, like the menthols and
Yeah.
shit, and her mom smoked Camel Crushes. She would like we had just done like fucking like 4 tabs of acid, and like we were coming down hard. And so she's like, Mom, can I get a cigarette? And her mom like cussed her out and shit. I busted in there in my underwear. I was like, why you being such a fucking cunt? Like straight up. Like
Oh,
this
big
is
C word.
why I don't get into family like disputes anymore. Like they've popped up around me and I kind of just sit in the back now because it doesn't end well. Like
that word in itself, like I hated the fact that I even said that on the show. Like I have two, so I my parents also split when I was a kid, and I was raised by two. I have a mom and a dad, a stepmom, stepdad, right?
Yeah.
My stepmom was always on just like, you don't ever say that. And I remember going back when we're in a fucking high school like hallway, and it was over nothing, and I just said, you're such a fuck. I remember crying immediately because I'm a fucking emo boy. B,
Fair.
I went home immediately and told my stepmom Hillary, I was like, I said it. I'm so like I had to repent. You know what I mean? Like, so it's so crazy in the heat of the moment when you're such an angry 15-year-old scene being emo boy, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's what you look back on. You're like, never again.
Yeah, you think you're doing the right thing. You know, I'm standing up for my girlfriend, but like, like no.
Feeling extremely horny.
That's all it was. This girl's not gonna fuck me. I'm gonna be really upset, and it's like you just feel so bad.
So I got kicked out of the house for like 3 months. Like I couldn't visit her. I could only go to her door.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, and then eventually it kind of got resolved, but then ultimately ended up in like sabotage. It was wild. Louisiana is wild. If you live in Louisiana, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, don't
I
visit.
listen to Suicide
Don't
Boys.
go.
I know what it's like.
That's
See,
Florida.
that's New Orleans.
Is it? Oh, I
That's
thought
New
they were
Orleans.
Florida.
Yeah. So I was actually 3 hours away from New Orleans. It's a shitty ass town
Nolans?
called
Nolans, yeah.
NOLA.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, NOLA. It's the abbreviation.
Oh damn! Is that like
That's
SoCal? Like
yeah. So
Okay.
that's like on their fucking ads and stuff. They're like NOLA, and then it'll be like a Las Vegas
hear
ad, but
that.
it's NOLA.
Damn.
So it's only there. But
you think we would have heard that sooner? Like I've never heard NOLA.
Yeah,
Like,
NOLA. It's
cool.
only a Louisiana thing. Like
Okay.
you'll know if you know. You know.
Now
but,
you know.
But yeah,
Those
like
stupid hicks. They're like, hey, there's nobody else on Nolan.
so you think
They
that's
don't
fucking
think I'm bugging
jokes.
my shrimp. There's
You think
nobody
it's
can
fucking jokes, bro. But like, I was at the skate park one time, bro. Fuck the other story. I was at a skate park one time, and so unfortunately, we were waiting for drugs. I'm gonna be real about that. And
We understand.
like we were communicating with the plug and everything like that. It was me and my homie, and we were all skating out there and shit. People were like tearing it up, and like so we had a skate park built by Rob Deerdeck. However, it was only half built.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Because when he came back a year later to build the rest, it was just filled up with bullet shells
Yeah.
and needles and
Yeah.
shit. So
Yeah.
he was like, "Fuck you guys! If you guys aren't going to respect the sport, I'm not building this shit." So the rest
Sounds
of it
like
was
Rob,
a parking
yeah.
lot where all the car guys would go drift after they got kicked out of the fucking place where they would race at Clyde Fant Parkway. And so like this girl and this guy, they came together, they were dating, and like they got into some type of altercation. No fists were thrown, nothing crazy, but they were yelling. It drew everyone's attention, and she stood up at the tallest park at the fucking skate park, and she was like, "At least I didn't fuck my cousin." Oh, like straight up, like, and then like we were all like, whoa. Everyone's like, "Oh shit!" And like I looked at my homie, and I was like, being from Arizona, I was like, does that actually happen? He's like, "Oh yeah, no, like that for real is like not a joke."
Yeah, that's a
and shit.
Mordecai
Like,
moment right
yes.
there, dude.
Yeah. And she went home with a different dude that night.
Oh,
my
Yeah,
God.
it was a whole thing, but it was fucking hilarious.
Damn.
Anyways, the drugs
Distant
showed up
cousin?
okay, so
I need air support. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Where the fuck is Ramirez? I need ammo now. I need ammo. God damn it.
All right, and we're back. And that was the newest release from Another Day's Demons called End It All. Very cool intro. Very gets me hyped to play some Call of Duty for sure. Very Saving Private Ryan. Some God damn it. Very that was really cool. You were saying that during the break, that was you. That was you guys.
Yeah, that was us. So I actually wrote that whole thing. That's actually based off of like this whole song, this whole scenario.
Yeah.
My father was in the military for my whole life.
Okay.
And he went to Afghanistan. And he saw some shit over there. I haven't heard full stories, but I did eavesdrop on him one day. And he knows this now. He didn't know this before, but I did overhear some of the shit that he encountered.
Okay.
And obviously, like, having known that your father, the person that brought you into this world, you know, like, was involved with that, like, that's very hard to hear, especially like you don't realize, like, shit, that's real. You know, like you play Call of Duty, you play like video games and stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, I fucking killed it. Like that's real shit.
Oh,
so
for
You
sure.
don't even think about that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
So I ended up writing a whole song about it. That was one of the songs that we wrote back when COVID was full like blown. We were not able to play shows, nothing like that. And they were jamming out. They were playing that riff, and I just got to writing. And then when it came to recording, I wrote a whole intro and an outro that we performed ourselves. And for the outro, our bassist, his girlfriend, did some spectacular voice acting on it, and like it brought a tear to my eye. And
She did it in a single take, too.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And my
First
dad.
try?
Yeah.
First try, yeah, dude, and none of us can believe her ever since. But my dad loves that. Like, it triggers his PTSD due to
fuck.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
Probably.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
like he's like, it triggers me a little bit, but I fucking love that song he showed me. It was his
Like,
number
you're sure
one
he's kinda
song
proud-
on
he's
Spotify.
kinda proud of you.
He's so proud, and
That's
that's all I
awesome.
need. You
That's
know, at the end
cool.
of the day.
So you were saying that the you guys were jamming on the riff. So how did that whole thing work out? So I assume, like most bands, you kind of just speak in caveman speak. Like, how about we do that one that's like da 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 da? No, that other one where it's like ba ba da ba ba ba, right?
So our drummer and our guitarist get into that the most. Like they're able to speak on that like
It's caveman speak for sure.
intuitive like musician universal language.
Oh, you said it
where-
much better. Very
yeah,
corporate. I
yeah,
like that.
Where they're like, okay, so our drummer will be like, so for here, I think I'm gonna do a boom da 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 da, like goes over my head, it goes over probably your head.
Nah, man, you're thinking of bee boo boo bop boo boo bop.
Right,
bop,
and,
bee,
and
boo,
then
bop.
our guitarist is like, okay, cool. So for there, I think I'll go a do 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 do, and like
Yeah.
and yeah, they piece it together like that, and then but for this time, like. So we were in a different studio. We've been to 4 different studios that we've paid for over the time, and we've been in the most recent one for the longest amount of time, where we kind of have like a residency. We pay by monthly, but the other ones, the ones that we were in when we were writing this, was like a pay by hour type of thing. So they were just jamming, and it was just going hard and shit. And this was early days when we were trying to figure out our sound, figuring out like what we wanted to be. We didn't even have the name Another Day's Demons yet. And we were just writing shit, and funny enough, like there was this guy that came in and tried to like scam us into. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a manager. I used to manage."
They always do.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
no, it's so funny. So he gave us credentials and everything, and then we looked it up later on. That studio that he was like repping for burned down in like 2010.
I remember that.
It was a whole thing. So, but yeah, so he kind of ended up weirdly giving us guidance and shit. Like it worked, but yeah,
Listening to that cohesive track and sitting with 2 guys that made that track, I definitely feel like going home, I might listen to some old Reflectionless tracks, like just to feel pretty nostalgic. I might have to show you guys my band before you leave for the night. Look at this fucking guy.
definitely down. Hell yeah.
No, man, that's super cool. And
Supposed to sip it.
yeah, careful guy. But you know, that's the thing that I miss. So it's like I was super excited to have you guys on because I'm the first to say like, fuck it, I'm just gonna Trent Reznor this thing because I have so much OCD and ADD when it comes to my music, where it's just like I can't rely on other people. I want to do it myself. So, but I miss that feeling. I miss the whole like me and 4 other dudes came together. We fucking laid down a fucking sick track. We're gonna record it, and then you play it and you just listen to it for fucking 10 hours. I remember when my first job I ever had when I was in this band, like I played it all the time, and so it's so cool to like hang out with people who were doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the tracking was that a whole bitch and a half?
So I mean, like we have a homie named Jacob Miles. Shout out to Jacob. Appreciate you, bud. A lot of love.
That's my name.
He is a homie of several mutual bands of us, and we kind of like went through like two people recommended him. One other person recommended someone else, and they were like, but Jacob Miles though, and so we went to him. He lives out in a different part of town, so it's about like an hour and a half drive. I'm not gonna really say because like his person, it's like personal
we're
details.
asking
No,
you not to do that.
where does he live?
No.
So he lives in the middle of nowhere, but there's like
Literally.
a wily coyote. I swear to God, but no. So he it's in his house, and he's got like a wife and daughter that like you feel bad because you're like in this room just yelling your heart out, and like his kid and his wife are like watching Nightmare Before Christmas in the other room, and like you're shouting about like war and stuff like this. Like it's kind of weird, but no, he so he hooks it up, and we go in there. We send him over like our MIDI tracks for the drums, and we send him over like the guitar stuffs, and he tweaks like what he can, and then we come in, and me and Michael, we do vocals and we lay it down, and then he does his magic, sends it back to us, notes and all that stuff. Like we give him, and then there's probably about like 3-week process between all that, because he also has a mentor that he uses to make it so that when we upload it through the program that we upload, it doesn't. Spotify likes to lower levels, so he makes it. So
I wish
that
we
it
had the
doesn't do
bass
that.
player here, because you can agree with me that the singer, the rhythm, and the bass player, that's a one and done track, baby. The lead and the drums are over and over and over and fucking over again. Did it take you a long time to record your tracks?
So recording this specific track for End It All, that was actually like my very first experience throwing down a track like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it was, I want to say personally, very educational, because I had no idea what to expect, what to
he
bring
was
to
mad.
the table for it. And I was actually upset with the process at one point, because I didn't understood how it like actually worked. Because at that point in time, doing our tracks, we would show up and like live record, the guitar tracks and stuff like that, instead of doing it at home and just like sending it over like now that we do. And this was back when I was fairly like new to the band, because I was originally in it like a year prior to this for a few months before anything was really written. Things came up, I left, and then I came back and didn't know much of the material a whole lot at that point. And I'm sitting there, I'm struggling to like really get it, note for note basically, and like really laying it down. And I would imagine it's probably like exhausting at that point to like sit there in the room with somebody and just wait for them to get, their own riff right, basically. I'm sitting there, I got all the pressure on me. I'm like,
I have a
gotta
fucking
get it.
story when you're done.
But we went ahead and did that, finally finished up. Braden actually, finished up, doing the rest of that stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point down the road, I'd say about a week or two later, Jacob actually proposed that, we do quad tracking for the guitars, which makes it sound much more, fat basically, and way better.
You double it up, right?
Yeah. And so we decided to roll with that, and Braden sent over, all the guitar tracks that he went and recorded and everything. And I was like, well, what about the ones that I tried so hard to do? Like, like that's me playing right there. Now, technically, like, I'm not in it. So like, I wasn't understanding or like connecting with the fact that that's just kind of how it works, basically.
This is all new to you still.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, totally. I know. You were talking about, look, I try to not spread bad blood. Like and Christian can tell you that, like, I have this thing where if we start talking shit about somebody, I tend to kind of avoid the whole subject because I forget that we're recorded sometimes. So when I was in my band, old metalcore band called Reflectionless, we were a band from like, I don't fucking know, like 2011 to like 2013.
Pretty good, man. Honestly. Like,
No, we were solid. No, we were solid.
I will say, like, damn, like if they weren't all a bunch of fucking retards, like They could have gone somewhere.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
we can say that now.
we do.
No, yeah, we're
We do.
definitely going to contest this to one specific retard whose name
One specific retard.
I will not mention his name, but it was
It was a Kyle, wasn't it?
it was not a Kyle, but very close.
wow,
But,
wow.
He
but
was kind of a Kyle.
he was kind of a Kyle. I wish nothing for the best of him. Now I haven't spoken to this guy in years, right? But
The sake of your walls.
yeah, you were talking about just like the biggest thing for me was not for nothing, but the 4 out of 5 of us nailed our tracks no problem. Sitting there on paid recording time to waste time on just straight up do it again.
Yep,
Do it again.
yep.
Drove me fucking crazy. And this is the person that was also the self-appointed leader of the band. Like, your music tastes do not compare to my music tastes, but I'm also taking the most fucking studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was the part I don't miss. You get excited to do like the whole band thing. But what the fuck are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
All right. You get excited to do the whole band thing until those complications come up. Like, we had to stay overnight in a fucking place that did not have
Shit.
beds. Like, we had to stay, like, I slept on the floor. You know what I mean? Out in Mesa, there's old recording
be me.
studio, and it took us a whole day to do a track.
Was it Oasis?
No, it wasn't. And I don't remember where if we drove by it, I could point it to you, but I don't know exactly where it is. Oh, thanks, buddy. Christian, while I was talking about my old childhood band, decided to draw a penis.
Yo,
very-
wait a minute.
a very
you got that
detailed-
condition
very
from
vain.
fucking
Superbad,
Superbad?
yeah.
Yeah, like can't.
Christian has this capability to draw really hyper realistic dick and balls.
Yo, we
that's
gotta send you to.
experience?
Yeah.
He won't go to rehab.
Artist. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yo, if we ever need a dick and balls,
Here's our,
you're
hey,
not our guy.
Here's our Patreon. Hey, first person to subscribe to $15 a month on Patreon
Gets that picture.
Dude, what we just did it. The first 20 people to subscribe to a $15 a month Patreon will get an original, and we'll label them one of 20.
Let me sign it.
Yeah.
And for $200 you can get the
one
NFT.
put one of 15. Yeah.
The first real dick in a box.
The first real dick and balls that we're willing to offer on the show right here. I was in the middle of a heartfelt thing with you guys,
Yeah.
and he's over here drawing dick and balls. One of 15 custom. I'm gonna sign this one too. I'm gonna sign it too, just because.
That's what's up. Oh, so
Dick
you
pictures,
mentioned
A.
about how like the like trials of like you want to be in a band,
Yeah.
but like it's like there comes these complications. And
When you're
like,
in a
that's
band, you
the-
have 4 girlfriends. That's what it feels like. Yeah, you feel like you're in a
I
relationship.
think it's funny because like with your band, like I remember you like always asking me like, because I know you didn't want to play bass for them. You played bass for them for a minute.
I
right?
play bass out of common courtesy.
he says
yeah.
with like
I
four
fucking
bases
shred,
on
you
the
know
wall.
what I'm
So,
saying?
which by the way is just a fucking like insult to him. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like I know I said it at the bar earlier, but like he's really good at guitar. Okay, it's fucking stupid how good he is.
Thank you.
Sorry, but you're my best friend. You are amazing at guitar.
So Carter, you've
So-
been replaced.
yeah, I guess.
But like it's funny because he always made it sound like I was like the second removed like understudy bassist because I played a little bit of bass too, right?
I dabbled.
I dabbled, yeah. And you know that's my fucking bass right there. It's just, you know, you can see it's not very well taken care of. It's got like the knobs missing and shit.
That makes it metal.
But it's funny because like I was always like I said, like the second removed like understudy bassist. Like he was always just like, oh man, you should just play bass for us. And like, you know, it's funny because they started doing shows and stuff. Like, what was the biggest show you guys did? You guys did.
We opened for like As Blood Runs Black, Winds of Plague.
Oh shit! When's the plague?
you guys did.
When's the plague?
Yeah, we did. We opened for Census Fail,
Did you guys do? Did you guys do As I Lay Dying?
As I Lay Dying.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was back in the back
What
in
was
the.
that? What was that one? The fucking the blinding the light that blinds. What's that band?
LD Goldberg.
No,
Lights.
it was a Guitar Hero song. There was a Guitar Hero song. The
Census
Light That
Fail.
Blinds.
It's Census Fail.
You did Census Fail. But that's not
yeah.
them. That's not them. Hold on. 1 second.
Well, anyways, so back then, yeah,
Wrong.
we were in, we did a bunch of shows at like the Nile Underground and like and at
yeah.
the Nile Theater and stuff like that. So we did get to meet a lot of really cool ones. My favorite thing about the Winds of Plague one is that it was us. We were obviously the starters. It was us, one other band.
Shadows Fall.
Shadows Fall.
You guys did Shadows Fall.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
There was this band from Tokyo, and they were like a pseudo hardcore, post hardcore.
Oh, dude,
you remember
I
that?
love that show.
Dude,
yeah.
no, and they got fucking down, and they dressed like East LA Vatos Locos. Like,
Yeah.
and no,
They were sick.
But
See, the thing about Japanese metal is like, what?
Yeah, dude, it made no sense, but it was fucking hard, dude. It was
So-
that was the highest I've ever been in a show.
it was. But my favorite part about it was because I love people like, oh, we also opened for We Butter the Bread with Butter.
Oh,
dude, I fucking
Oh shit! But it was so cool to talk to them because they were just like, yeah, we like the American, we like Taco Bell. Yeah.
Be like
Yeah,
that.
so like meeting these bands, it was so cool, and like that I forget their name, and I feel so bad
Miss
for
May I,
doing them a
too. Did you
disservice.
did you already say that?
What?
Miss May I?
No, we didn't do Miss May I. We went to that show, but we didn't open for
that's
Miss May
what
I.
it was. Fuck.
That'd be a cool show.
It was
It would
so
be.
cool because this band comes up and they're immediately like that fucking hardcore, like knock loose, like that. You know, it's like the fucking open chord, and they're like, "Let's give it up for the bands tonight. We got Reflection Wrists.
Reflection wrist.
We got Wizard Prague. We got and it was so
Viva
funny,
to the Barbara.
and they were so cool. But like that always
They were
killed
called
me.
like, what were they called?
I don't
Fucking-
remember
it was like-
something
hold on,
fucking
hold on.
cool.
Yo, you guys need to look up Lisa. She does like a lot of the like Naruto openings and shit like that.
Sword Art
But
Online.
yeah, she the most recent one was
She
Demon
did
Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yeah. She won
Oh,
awards for that. That's the yeah.
No, she's fire, bro. And
Yeah, I
on
remember that.
Netflix, she actually got like so she sells out stadiums
Oh,
over
for
in
sure.
Japan. And Netflix actually did a special for her
Yeah.
where like it's a fucking like 2 hour
I've seen
long
that,
fucking
yeah.
dude, it's fire. And dude, me and my lady, we were watching it. Shout out Angie. I love you, babes. She fucking we were watching it and I was like, whoa, dude, like she's out there like performing like shit that like I'm like, so that's the next goal. Like my goals have always
Yeah,
been
dude.
like, you know, hit like Will Ramos from fucking like Lorna Shore. No, I'm just kidding. Like, no show, fucking Lorna Shore, and you know, like of course the classic fucking
You don't know our fan
Suicide
base,
Silence.
dude. All of our fan base is like
For the record, right now
Lorna
we're so
Shore, Norma
we're
Jean.
so small
Dude,
right now.
Norma
that
Jean. No one knows about Norma
one-
Jean.
no
What the
one
fuck
knows.
is up with that?
all of our friends went like all of our fans went to high school with us.
Yeah.
So it's like
Alright,
they're
cool.
like
So
yes,
they're
yeah.
all kind of on the
I
same
want to let
page.
you know,
yeah.
even though I didn't name names regarding my band, all of them know exactly who the fuck
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, we definitely were all a part of that scene too, and that's why I'm saying it's just like we always make fun of people. Always make fun of just like, oh, like that music is so like 2010. It's just like it's just nice to see that people are still getting down. You know
I've
what
actually
I mean?
made a
Yeah,
joke
yeah.
about that. Like, so my hair up before like probably about 3 months ago.
You look like you
was-
just got the symbiote right now. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, so my hair was down to here and it was layered, and
Yeah.
I have a great hairstylist. She's awesome.
Hell
Becca,
yeah.
I love you. And so she layers it, and I get a lot of like, yo, you look like the fucking love baby of like Vic Fuentes and Ronnie Radke, and I appreciate that to a degree, but
Yeah.
then like. So I ended up cutting my hair for this job. It was like down to here, like fucking
I saw you
black
at-
to like Midoriya green.
At Carter's birthday party, I saw
Yeah.
you like when you were like full emoed out. Dude,
Yeah.
that was sick. I mean,
Carter, how old are you?
So
26.
You're 26 too.
Yeah.
Are we really old? I look. I'm sorry, man. I don't know why I get weirded out when I'm.
it's 2 years. Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
It's
it
only
ain't-
2 years.
Hey, yo, like, without sounding sus, like, it's just life.
It's just a number,
We're
bro.
all-
It's
we're
just
all
another,
here.
like, it's another day, bro.
We're
Like, I
all
turned
around.
26 the other day.
Yeah.
I forgot my own birthday, and this has been the first time that's happened. Like, I never thought it would be like, because I always got hyped for it. I'm like, oh, it's the 6th. It's the 6th. Tomorrow's my birthday. Like, I was talking to my lady, and I was like, yeah, I got band practice tonight and shit. And she was like, on your birthday? I was like, my birthday. And she was like, yeah, on your birthday. And so like we ended up all getting turned and shit. Went to the bar after practice. It was a
Cool,
good
cool,
time.
cool.
I vaguely remember it.
Now does touring feel like a possibility like soon?
Oh,
Are you guys
most
trying-
definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So with the next 2 shows that we have going on, they're a back-to-back thing, which
we'll
is
plug
kind
them.
of like an intro, like a tour 101. Like, can you do it 2 days in a row type of thing? Which I definitely have full confidence in all of us being able to like with the stamina. Like we know what we're doing, regardless of like how when we feel like. I feel like there's been many times where we're like, oh, dude, that show was shit, or like, oh, it could have been better. And then we
yeah.
go back and review
Yeah.
the videos and shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, I sound like that? Because that sounds professional.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, dude, you sound like that every single time. I'm like, no way. and then there's like other times where they're just like
being
fucking,
any kind of artist, whether it be music, whether it be painting, drawing, fucking comedy. Like when I was doing comedy and stuff like that, like
you
it
beat
is
yourself up.
It is so hard to take a goddamn compliment. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, it really is. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it really.
it's hard.
It's because I think. I mean, I really do think that it is definitely like our. I don't know why I'm doing. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to distract you. I really do think it's just maybe our generation. But I say that, but it's just like Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin had to have at one point been like, I fucking suck. This is a fucking piece of shit.
Everyone goes through that.
Yeah,
It doesn't
for sure.
matter what it is. It doesn't matter if you're an artist. It doesn't matter if you're a creator, or
Right.
even if like you're going to work day to day. Like at some point, everyone feels like I fucking suck, and that's what we're all about.
Right.
Is the addressing it, the
But it's
recognizing
good though.
of it.
It's good because you don't want to be
It's
that
great
fucking
that you guys
psycho.
are
Yeah.
fucking aware of that.
You gotta
Like,
ground yourself for a little bit because I've definitely met people in my life, especially with comedy, where
Yeah,
they'll
yeah,
do
yeah.
a 5-minute set that fucking bombs,
And they're like,
and it's literally either just they didn't get it or I fucking killed that. It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, like,
No, you didn't.
they're
You
like,
know what I
who's taking me home
So,
tonight?
so let me ask you guys
Fucking
this:
shut
like,
the fuck up.
so I have in my mind like a few bands that come to mind to like when I listen to you guys. What were your guys like main influences?
So for me, it's always been Day to Remember.
Okay.
They've been a top one, and then after that is like Secrets and stuff like that. I don't know if you've heard of them, but you should check them out.
I think I have. Yeah.
But like Attack, Asking Alexandria, Day to Remember have been a big influence in me personally, and I know that Carter and the rest of the band, like our drummer, loves Meshuggah.
Oh
Like,
shit!
so-
this
so,
guy
like,
right here.
I
yeah.
Ever heard of
am-
Bleed?
I'm a bass player. I'm a rhythm guitar player. It has nothing to do with technicality. It's literally music that just makes me like
Yeah.
want to bop, and
It
that's
makes you-
all.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And,
that is-
and every person, especially him, and it killed me when I showed him because I was showing him like not Bleed. That's
Tesseract.
That's
No,
the
I'm
one.
just
No,
kidding.
that's the one. No, that's the one that everyone shows. I have it in my liked. It is called. I can never pronounce. Demiurge. Demiurge. It's a Meshuggah song.
Look, I can't fucking speak words.
Oh,
so-
well,
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
I showed him the song, and it's so very just boppy. And he
And
goes,
I've always been like, I don't fucking listen to Michelle.
Right, but-
I'm not 40 years old. You know? Like,
but he goes, but just like the other 5 people I showed, he's like banging. He's like,
it's like you can't help it. Like,
no, he goes,
you guys definitely have something that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
definitely makes you like.
It's that
wanna-
classic
for
post-hardcore
me,
MySpace
For
vibe.
me, like it reminds me a lot of like Monument era.
Oh fuck yeah,
Miss May I?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
thank
a
you.
lot of that.
But he
dude.
goes, he's like bopping his head, and he goes, so does it change? Like, or I'm like, and I'm like, no. And that's what everyone
that's the
asks
whole
me.
song.
Sugar, not you guys,
Literally, Meshuggah is that's all.
Hurt
Yeah.
us the
Well,
whole
it's-
time.
But no,
like-
like fucking, especially like the Monument album, like Miss May I, like that was like one of my favorite albums when it came out. You know?
That one had Forgive and Forget on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgive and Forget, Architect, a lot of those.
I
Songs
fuck
that-
with Architects.
Yeah.
Dude, Architect, like-
volumes and shit.
Yeah.
But see, that's my jam now. So it's like you look at you look at Meshuggah and you look at fucking oh my god, what's the band that made Flying Whales? I'm now because I'm kind of drunk. I forget their name. But then you have like Mastodon. I like old man, like just
Let me do
Viking
my
metal,
thing.
like old man
The
Viking
dad metal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
that's
all right.
like when I'm working out, dude, because like and so it's like I never was really into like the
Volbeat?
post.
Gojira?
Yeah,
You're talking about
yeah,
Gojira?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Gojira, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. Speaking of Gojira, I just got a cat recently. He's adorable. He's like 12 weeks old.
Yeah.
I named him Kaiju because
Oh,
he's
fuck
a
yeah.
fucking rascal.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Like I took like 5. So we're picking him up, me and my lady, and like, there's a bunch of little kitties, and we already had him picked out. I wanted the all black one, but she was currently unavailable. Someone else had already had claims, so we picked the other one. He's like all striped and stuff. He's super cute. But he's a rascal, man. So like within like 5 seconds of like holding him, I was like, "You're fucking like." I had a list of about like 100 names.
You did.
All from like anime fucking shit, like Sasuke, fucking.
My cat's
like,
based on a anime character from Magic the Gathering.
Fuck
so,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. So you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and I held him, and like he just started like attacking. And I was like, yeah, you're Kaiju, bro. Like you're Kaiju, like, and he's the most adorable.
You're a
But
monster.
Gojira's a fire ass
Gojira is
band.
like that's one of those bands, dude. It's like it's one of those like kind of throwback bands.
like I said,
you
it's
know?
just boppy. That's what I. That's what I
Didn't they
get
burn
down
down
to.
a
It's just like-
church in Europe?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, like I remember
they?
being like 17, looking up like the most satanic bands, like.
Gojira was on there.
Yeah, dude, it was Gojira. They were like number 3
Doesn't
because they
Ghost always
burnt
make
down
that
like
list?
3 churches in Europe or some shit.
That's sick, dude. I love Gojira. Gojira is one of those bands like I don't really follow that closely,
yeah.
but like whenever they come on or like they're on my playlist or something, I'm just like, oh, like you know, it's like they always hit just at the right time. So like I don't know, like
True.
And like to wrap back around to like the band's influences.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. Go ahead.
He went with his, and like I think that's kind of like sort of the highlight of the band as individual members, because all of us we do have those bands that we do like in common, but we all also have bands that like
you guys
are
each bring to the table. Yeah.
And like for me personally, like Black
Dad
Veil
rock.
Brides, Slipknot, obviously those are my influences. But what really influences me right now is another band called, believe it or not, Ninja Sex Party.
Oh, I know them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love those guys.
Yeah, they're like a comedy troupe, aren't they?
Yeah.
I like comedy shit, dude.
Are those the guys from? Those are not the guys from Flight of the Conchords, right?
Dude, I love
no.
Flight of the Conchords. First of all, like I'm so glad that someone else knows about them.
There's Ninja Brian. He's always been a part of that project. And then there's Dan Avedon. He calls himself Danny Sexbang.
Yeah.
And he's one of the co-hosts.
that where
from,
your fucking
Game Grumps.
stupid ass
Yes.
name came from?
Yes.
That's what it is. I
Yep.
knew it was. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
cool.
it's mostly it's not so much the music that's like, oh wow, I want to keep doing this. It inspires me. It's more so of the success story behind the band and like Game Grumps, because like I vibe a lot with it, especially Game Grumps, because the guy who found the show, Aaron Hansen, just like me, didn't have too many friends in school, and also dropped out, didn't really know what he wanted to do but work retail, and he came up on this idea and went with it.
Did you watch his fight against Harley Morrison on the celebrity or the YouTuber celebrity thing?
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
See, for comedy,
That's crazy.
for comedy bands, TMG, Tiny Meat Gang,
Yeah.
with Noel Miller and Cody Ko.
Yep.
And then Dumb Bitches with the Internet with fucking what's his name? I don't know his actual fucking name, but it's the dude from Stranger Things that played the stoner guy in the most recent series. I can't remember his fucking name right now.
You know his name?
Is it that Eddie Munson guy?
No,
No,
not Eddie.
not Eddie.
The pizza
It's-
guy.
Yeah, the pizza guy. I
Alright.
can't remember his fucking
Let's
name.
look
Pull it up real quick.
Yeah. Hey, Jamie, pull that up. Let's see. Stranger Things.
Fuck, what is his name?
Let's see. Pizza guy. Eduardo
yeah.
Franco.
So him and another guy, they have like
This guy.
I guess I would call it like a pop rap, like comedic rap type of group where they're
Beautiful
fucking
hair.
hilarious, dude.
That
Beautiful
dude's
hair.
funny, dude.
Dude, he is the funniest.
I've seen him in like other movies.
He
but that
he was
dude's
in
funny
the
as shit.
package, bro, where like it's about like this dude's dick falling off or something. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
it. My
yeah.
lady told me about it. I was
I've
like,
seen
that
that
sounds
one.
a little
Yeah.
much for me.
No,
right
that
now,
dude's
but,
funny as shit.
dude, he's so funny.
He's
and
like he gives off the same vibes. Like, have you guys ever watched Breaking Bad?
yeah,
You know Badger.
yeah.
He gives off like like Badger vibes. You know?
Yeah,
like,
no.
He's
I
over
think
here
he's better
saying
than
he's
that.
over here saying, do you watch Breaking Bad? Like he didn't just start watching it.
I just started
You
watching
fucking-
Breaking Bad.
This fucking guy.
That's all
Did you
good.
watch Game of Thrones?
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about that anymore.
Get out of here. Okay, Breaking Bad was like that's a white people show.
I
that
stopped
was kinda
watching
like-
when they
100%.
stopped showing titties. It's kind of true. But.
I stayed for the big dicks. I mean, I got.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate the gender equality that show had.
So speaking of like that kind of stuff, so it's like recently, I've been getting really into like just like stoner doom metal, like Sleep and like bands like I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Have you
but-
ever heard of Pacifier?
Yeah, and so
Okay,
it's like so
okay.
I've just been really into like again just slow, chuggy music. That really the only way to describe it is that it's what metal stoners
He's
listen
into
to.
those bands that you have to like explain to people.
Right,
Right,
Like, well, like,
yeah.
for example, like for
Like,
example,
wait a second, hold on.
yeah.
Like his favorite band.
Are we
is-
about to smoke right now?
his top three bands? His top three bands are like what?
Okay.
Primus, Tool, and
Oh.
fuck. Hold
See,
on.
that's why the
Hold
rest
on,
of the
hold
band
on.
can't
Rush.
be here.
Yeah,
Primus, Tool, and Rush.
So
That's
I'm
this guy.
that annoying guy that's like, dude, have you heard
He's like
Vicarious?
experimental, like as fuck. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been getting really into that kind of music where it's just like so kind of going back to the use of like Game of Thrones and stuff like that. I love writing music that I can make into a music video that's completely fantasy.
If you want
Right.
to
Like-
explain music,
Like a Dio song.
yeah, or like it's like I have a song called The Fucking Necromancer.
music
You
that
know
you
what
want
I
to
mean?
be like,
yeah.
hold on a second, like just let me explain why this is amazing. Like,
Right.
that's
I
him, dude.
showed my mom an album from Sleep, and she goes, "Oh, what song is this?" I go, "Oh, it's the only song." She goes, "What do you mean?" I go,
Have you guys ever heard?
Hold on. Their first debut album is literally one song, and it's 49 minutes long.
That's fucking stupid.
yeah.
Like,
That's the whole set. There it
I
is.
get it. I really do. Like that's ingenious, but that's fucking.
Or it's
stupid.
like I show him like fucking like when I showed him like Chon or like
Oh, dude,
animals
Chonga
as
Bubbles?
leaders.
Dude, Animals as Peters. I love that
yeah,
fucking
like
show.
or like when we
Oh my
listened to
God.
Polyphia for the first time.
I
Polyphia.
saw Polyphia.
I showed you Polyphia.
All right, now we're all getting too excited.
No, no, no.
I saw
showed you
Polyphia with
Polyphia.
Polini with fucking a Periphery.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, like it was Polini.
my favorite band, dude.
Fucking Periphery,
I love Periphery.
and fucking dude, it was such a
I
good
just like
show.
music
I wasn't
that-
even supposed to be
that
at
you
that
have
show.
to explain.
really?
I just showed up.
I get it.
Yeah.
I love like that, like, you know, like Periphery, like going back to that, like their whole thing is like, you know, they play with like detuned instruments.
Yeah.
Like, they have their own tuning that they like.
I mean, you gotta be
It's
fucking
fucking beautiful, dude. I don't understand.
He's all. I listened to this song the other day, and I thought of a music video for the comic I was writing. I started crying.
Wait, what type of comic?
So I'm writing.
I wrote a comic back in 5th grade that was all about a magical pickle.
I'll show you the shit after the show, but
Or, like, something?
So I'm writing a sci-fi comic, right?
All right, for
It's
sure.
called
Dead Space.
No, it's similar. No, not similar.
I
But
love
it,
Warhammer.
it is a sci-fi comic. So it's called fucking Tread Upon Dust, right?
Okay,
And
okay.
my main character, he's like anthropomorphic chicken.
Oh, okay.
I remember
okay,
that
now we're
chicken.
talking.
I showed you.
We're fucking talking.
I'm
Yeah.
glad he developed.
Yeah, so he's like a bounty hunter / like mafiosos, you know, like kind of
True.
bad boy.
There he
kinda
is,
character.
right there.
That's him. Yeah.
Okay. Dude. Oh wait, no, dude, you just ripped Family Guy off. You're
yeah.
ripping Family Guy
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
Why?
totally
But
did,
it really
totally
gives
did.
me like Cowboy Bebop vibes.
Yeah.
No, dude,
I
no,
really
that's
want-
way more. This is me, Dio. Like that, that's
I really
fucking
wanted to give that
JoJo.
vibe of like just like realistic like crime in the future, you know. So
I fuck with it.
yeah, there's some other characters.
That
of
gives
mine.
off Apex Legends vibes.
Phenomenal
It does.
artist, by the way. He definitely sells
Oh, thank
himself
you.
short.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he's
Hey,
wonderful
so how
artist.
much you like work for? Like, what's your rate?
Don't
me,
tempt
me
him.
and Carter have already been talking about a t-shirt design that I've been working on.
Wait, is
But-
this the guy?
Yeah, that's the guy.
I'm the guy.
shit! You're the guy that didn't do shit.
I'm sorry.
It took you till almost the end of the podcast to realize that this is the guy.
Oh wait. I mean, we
Oh,
got
that's
into the
like-
drawings.
keep
I was like,
on.
wait, I've seen this shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna introduce him like that. Like,
So
hey,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's more of like the shit I've been doing.
That's got Moon Knight vibes. I fuck with it.
Yeah, dude, it's like you know, I don't know what the vibe is exactly, but the song by Periphery called "It's Only Smiles"
Yeah.
on their
Oh,
most
yeah.
recent album,
Yeah.
right? That song, like I don't know, like there's so this character actually, Billy Blasto, so he's supposed to be like the apprentice
Wait
of
a
like
minute.
my main character, so like the chicken guy, right? And eventually he's supposed to turn evil, right? And so I have an idea in my head where he's supposed to, Chick Dig, who is my main character, the chicken guy, he's supposed to like eventually decide that he's supposed to make the decision that he's supposed to kill him.
Wait a minute.
oh,
I've seen that design somewhere. Hold up.
And then, so hold on, show that, yeah, that one.
giving away
So
all
that's probably the best. Yeah, I know.
You mean like this? Aaron Black?
he's heavily based on Aaron Black. Yeah, he's got like a lot of cowboy vibes.
I fuck with it.
So that's like my main character. With the character on the right is called Dell. The character on the left is Era.
Fuck yeah.
Eric gives me Destiny vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
no,
lot of
straight
it-
up,
A
straight
lot
up,
of it
yeah.
is based on Destiny. A lot of it
I-
is inspired by Destiny.
That's really
especially
Fuck
Dell.
with this.
So eventually, Chick decides that he needs to kill his apprentice.
Naturally, a rule of two, you know?
Right. So he needs to kill.
That's a Star Wars reference for you
Billy
nerds that don't know.
Blasto. So he, the whole scene that I have in my head, I haven't drawn it out or posted it or anything, is that he's gonna like he fights with his emotions or whatever. And mind you, I want to animate this to the song of "It's Only Smiles" by Periphery, where he decides that he's gonna like he's fighting with it, and then he decides all right, I gotta do it.
In his emotion style, like Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Like where he reaches a certain
It's
level
just like
where
no
he
matter
can't
what,
control
like,
him anymore.
however how it ends, I have to do it.
Yeah.
So there's a drop in the song "It's Only Smiles" by Periphery where where it just goes like dun 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 dun, dun, right. So he's supposed to blast out in his shit, right? And again, spoilers if my comic ever makes it big. He decides that he's gonna do it, but it's against like inconceivable odds.
It
Right.
always is. That's the point of being a
That
hero.
he's gonna like it's
'Cause
like
that's what heroes
it's
do.
like chances are he's gonna die if he
Yeah.
goes and tries to take on like the flagship of Billy Blasto, right?
But he's not gonna die.
No, he does.
Oh, he does.
He does. So that's
You're one
like-
of those artists. Okay.
That's
okay.
the big thing. So he
Look at me
Well,
5 years
12
ago supporting my
episodes.
boy.
So if you listen to the song "It's Only Smiles" by Periphery, you'll understand exactly where it happens because the song gets so sad so quick.
So you're kind of trying to like have a Coheed and Cambria vibe to this with like the Armory Wars, where like each song title of Coheed and Cambria actually lines up with their graphic novel.
Sort of, yeah. I wanted to almost make like an animated music video for the
Okay,
song,
for sure.
You know, so like, at that part, because like "It's Only Smiles" is all about like
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna smile through this depression, smile through this pain, right?
Yeah.
And that's what that song does. So it's like he's basically deciding, like making the decision to kill his adopted son,
That's rough.
which sucks, you know. So and then the song, like the song gets really somber and really soft, and so he decides that he's gonna just go ahead and die because he at least made the correct decision, knowing that he could full well die doing this, and ultimately does.
I support this. All I can really draw really well is like Sonic. So
I just want to give myself kudo points for just
I
supporting my
appreciate-
buddy 5 years ago.
There you go.
that's the day one.
Frick yeah,
I
buddy.
appreciate you finding the pictures. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, honestly, those look really, really good.
yeah,
what do you
man.
use, like a drawing tablet?
No, he
or-
fucking
That's
pen to
on
paper.
printer
Pen to
paper,
paper.
dude.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I'm really
You
mad now
should
that
look
this is
into
our-
a fucking drawing
I
tablet because
promise-
it
I-
will open up your world, man.
And
I just got my lady
I
one.
promise I want to make the fucking t-shirt design for you
There-
guys. I just drag.
I forgot about that, to be honest.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really want to make the t-shirt design for you guys.
It'd be
I
like that.
might be designing
You know
a
what?
t-shirt for the another day's.
You know
Demons.
what? This is pretty momentous,
What's
and you gotta promise me that you're not gonna forget about this.
Sure.
You're not going
Are you talking to
to
me?
throw it away. No, I'm talking to our fucking guests.
Sorry.
It's not all about you, man.
Sometimes it is. All right?
This is. I would like to gift episode 66 guests 1 of 15 dicks out.
Yeah.
By the basement.
Dicks
Dwellers.
out by Harambe.
I would like to gift this to you guys.
Let's take it.
I don't want to hear that it got thrown away.
I was going up in the room.
If
Right
you,
above the
there you
drum
go.
set.
if you need the
Going
three,
right
if you-
above Carter's face. in the room.
if you
That
need
too.
the $3 to get a fucking frame, I'll fucking pay for it. But I would like to bequeath 1 of 15.
You say queef.
Yeah. Of dicks out.
by Harambe.
Yeah, the basement dweller 1 of 15 dicks out picture to the band Another Day's Demons.
Hell yeah, dude. We will accept. Most definitely.
And
This
I
is
want, like I
going
said,
up
I
in
want
the
you.
room.
I want you to frame it somehow, some way. And if you're not going to frame it, I'll take it right back.
No, we're definitely we're gonna tape it first, and
gotta
then
tape it.
and then we're gonna frame it, and then it's gonna go up right next to the very crude Sharpie drawing on the back of a. Have you heard of what was that band that we played with? Just for tonight or.
Yeah, just for tonight.
Yeah, so there was someone that went to one of their shows out in Prescott, and then they bought a sticker, and on the back of that sticker, the next weekend they saw us and drew like the most crude, like YouTube fucking like bad digi art version of me on the back of the sticker, and they were like, "We want you to have this," and like I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I didn't know what to do with it. Like I'm coming off an adrenaline high, so
Yeah.
I just accepted it. Like I was just like, "Thank you."
Well, thank you for
Like,
accepting that.
so-
And I cannot make it more clear that you better fucking keep that.
Oh, most definitely.
because that's a treasure trove right there.
It really is. I mean, it's an original Christian.
not
We've
every
never-
day
we've
you
never-
get a dick
We've
given
never
to you.
given a gift on the show,
Or a dick.
and we did it, and we did it live.
We did it live.
That is both of us on that paper. I hope you guys fucking cherish it.
facts.
Everyone, Another Day's Demons, you can be found on everything, really. Facebook at Another Day's Demons. Instagram is all one word, Another Day's Demons Band. TikTok, Another Day's Demons. Super. I love that you guys got all of those. Not Another Day's
yeah.
Demons 11256.
Yeah.
got it.
You guys have 2 shows coming up on November 13th and 14th. 2 different areas, but they're both for emo night. Opening for Arsenic Kitchen, crazy name, and Rad Stacy, also crazy name. It is an all ages show. Doors open at 5 p.m. $5 ticket per person. The first night on the 13th is at Gift and Thrift.
That actually got changed
Okay.
recently. Actually, let me pull it up. It's got no. It was today, dude. I haven't had
also
a
in
chance
January.
to post
It's all
it.
right.
So it's all in January. Let me go to it. So it actually got changed to a coffee shop called Jared's Coffee and Coffee, Tea, and Art Gallery. That is at where's the address? They were talking about how it's too cold to do it there. I think it's 154 West Main Street.
Okay, so kind of in like Old Mesa.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go. Is that the coffee shop that's right next to the Nile?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
right across the street
So
from the Nile.
everyone who's watching right now knows exactly where the fuck that is.
Go to the Nile,
Yeah, yeah.
look across the street.
Yeah, go turn around.
Go to the Nile, but don't go to the Nile. Yeah,
And on the 14th, same event. However, it's at the Den in Prescott.
yes, that is correct.
All
That's an
right.
all age show. If you come early, they might have a skate park set up.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I
Hey.
do know that in the winter that the Den likes to have a like accommodate to people that want to skate.
Yeah.
But it's too cold. I mean, like it snows up there.
Yeah.
So they actually turn the stage into a skate park. It's pretty
Fuck
sick.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Very cool. Well, you guys go check them out on the 13th and the 14th. It's only $5. You can afford that, you broke piece of shit. I know that you could afford Christmas presents. You can afford $5 for a
$5.
$5. Go see them both
Skip
nights.
the Starbucks, go see them. All right?
You listen to the newest release called End It All, which is currently on Spotify. Anywhere
Fuck
else?
yeah.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere?
It's everywhere. And
Apple
if-
Music, YouTube.
Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube Music, man, like literally everything in America.
Very cool. Check out their other 2 tracks too, which is Stranger Things and Let the Wolves Run Free. Also 2 bangers, which I got to enjoy on the way here, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It has been more than amazing to have you guys on.
Fuck yeah.
It's been a wonderful episode. We were very loud, which I appreciate. So. Thank you guys so very much for coming on. Thank you guys so much from home from listening. We love you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Make sure you like
Hey.
and follow everything on here.
Hell yeah.
The podcast and Another Day's Demons.
Real
Just
quick.
make that like button.
Real quick, one more time. Where can they find you guys?
They can find us on Facebook, Instagram. What's that? TikTok, yeah. That's the one.
What's that
That's the
Chinese one? Yeah.
TikTok. And then our music is on all major streaming platforms, Another Day's Demons. And you can always throw the band in there just to be more specific.
Very fucking cool, you guys. I will post all the links in the description below. Thank you guys again so very much for taking the time to come hang out with us.
Absolutely.
We would love to have you guys come back. Don't
Fuck yeah.
don't get rid of that.
We're
We're
That's-
keeping it. We're
okay.
keeping it.
Either
I'll
we're
know.
either
I'll
we're
know.
either we're gonna be
Look,
famous.
we could always use another dick.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, thank you so very much. Christian, as always, I love you so very much, buddy. And thank you guys at home. Have a great night. We're out of here.
We love
Hey.
you all. And then Jeopardy.
If you like what you heard, type into their Instagram and Twitter. The information's right below with their email.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy.
Be sure to log into the channel by subscribing and check out the previous episodes. But until then, we'll see you next week with a new one. We out for now.